Hello my viewers, and welcome to this exciting lesson in Autodesk Robot Structure Analysis. In this lesson, we are going to design this continuous beam as you can see from here. Okay, now in the previous lesson, we looked at how you can create the load combinations. That was after creating the load types, okay, and also the load definition. Okay, if you want to learn that part where you need to create the combinations, the load types and everything, please make sure that you check the card above here. And I can also go to my channel. As you can see from here, this is the video where we created the load combination, the load types and everything in preparation for analysis and design. Okay, so in this lesson, we're just going to design this beam after analyzing the beam, of course. So if you like what I'm doing on this channel, please make sure that you like the videos, subscribe to this channel, and also turn on the bell notifications. Without wasting time, let's get started in this lesson. So before I proceed, I just want to inform you that if you want to learn robot structure analysis, Revit architecture, and Revit structure in a course, please make sure that you check the links in the description. There are some good courses that I've developed for you. You might be interested if you check them out. Okay, so you can see that from here, we have this model with all the loads. Okay, as you can see from here in the load combinations. What you are seeing here, we created in this video. Okay, so if you don't know how to do that, please make sure that you watch this video. You know how to create the loads, the load combinations and everything. So once we do all the loads and the load combinations, you see that here we don't have the results. We need now to click on the calculation so that we can have the results available, so that later on we can now start checking, the moments, the shear, the stresses and other forces on the member before we start, designing. So to just have the results available there, just go to to calculations, click on it. You see that it will calculate so that all those results can be available. So you can see that the calculation is quite fast. Of course, that's dependent on your computer. So I'm much interested in the number of errors. I don't have any errors. I'll close it. As you can see now, the results are available. Now, before I proceed, I just want to isolate that frame so that we can just check maybe that we see how we can check the moments and the shear forces for that continuous beam. So what I'll do, I'll just zoom in there on that grid, select on it. You see that it will be selected like that, and you can isolate it by going to edit in your window like that. See that is isolated. You can maximize it like that. All right, so if you want, you can remove the section shapes and then you go to results there and click on diagram for members. Okay, from here you can just go to parameters and make sure text differentiated and field is selected. Then go back to NTM and select the moment in Y so that we check the moments on that beam, so that you can now start making decisions on how you are going to to design that beam. Okay, so once you pick on that, just click on apply. You can see that we have the moments, but you see it's quite small there, but you can still read. That's not a problem. If you want to see it bigger and better, you can simply click on that one, increase the size, then click on add there. Just click on the plus sign, apply. You can keep on doing that until it's bigger the way you want it to be. As you can see, okay, it's perfect now. You can see the moments there on top and at the bottom. As you can see, you can check those moments. If you want to design using some Excel sheets, you can just use those moments and design your beam. Down here, you see that we have the maximum and the minimum moments there. And we are using, the dead load one as a case. So it's important that as you are checking here, keep on changing from here. We want to use the combinations. So pick the combination. You can see that it's now bigger because we are now using combinations. So you can just go to diagram size and reduce it, apply. Just go to that negative, apply. Okay, now we can see it properly. As you can see, you can even reduce it further, apply. Okay, this is too small, apply. You can increase it again depending on what you want to see. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. You can see these are the combinations and you can read the value. You have the maximum and the minimum. And those are the moments, as you can see from here. Right, if I want to check the shear forces, I can check FZ force, then click on apply. As you can see, again, make sure that you pick the combination because we want to check this under the combinations. You can see the shear forces, and we also have the maximum and the minimum. Now, the goodness with robust structure analysis, all these will be taken into consideration as we design, but this will give you an idea of the forces that you have on your member. So you need to check it out and check the shapes, the diagrams, the way they are. Is it according to how you learned your, your civil structural engineering? So it's important that you check it out before you go to the design. Okay, so I'll go straight into design. Just click on apply and close this one and exit from this window. We know that is the beam that you want to design. Now, I'll go to this tool, which is called special selection. Click on it, and we have that one called selection with color. Now, this tool is useful if you have already grouped the members the way you want to design them. Okay, for example, you may want to have the corner columns designed in one group, maybe the beams, this one, and the other one outer as one group. So this is what I did. I already created the groups. So if I just click on that one, select with color, the groups are already there, as you can see from here. These are just the names the way I was grouping. Now, if you want to learn on how to create these groups, please make sure that you comment there that you want to know how to create the groups. Or if you don't have the groups, you can simply select the beams here along that one up to the end. You'll still be able to design that beam. I just group them. It becomes easy to select, and all the, the beams in that group will be designed as one. The software is quite, powerful. It's going to check all the forces and consider the highest, where there are, higher stresses, so that you design the beams as a group. So I like grouping them, but as I've said, you can also select, that particular group. So grouping also helped me to select. If I just pick the yellow one and click that arrow, you see that I've selected it. So as I said, you can still select this one and that one and design them, but I like using groups. Comment there if you want to know on how to create these groups. So I'll just cancel this one and that one. I've already selected that group. As you can see, that is, I named it as outward long beam. Right, so what I need to do is just to go to design and provide the reinforcement of RC element. Okay, let's have it here. As you can see, then I'll pick manual combinations. You see that we have ULS and SLS. These are the combinations that I've created. From that video, you know how to create these. Okay, this what will appear here is the way you named the combinations, because I did a manual combination. Just click on OK. Right, so once you do that, just close this one. You see that you are going to have the beam, the continuous beam here in this beam design module. Okay, if I just click the plus arrow there, you see that that is the beam 32 to 42. Okay, so if I go to structure there, you can see that that is the group that I'm designing. Okay, so once you do that, let me just go back once again and double click that beam. Okay, or simply go back there, go to RC design, then provided reinforcement. All right, now I have it there. Or maybe let me just go back to structure there, geometry. It's selected. I just want to redo this one. Just go to design, provided reinforcement of RC elements. Just redoing the procedure, this one, then click on OK. Let's give it a bit of time once again. Okay, we have it there, then I'll close it. So we have it, as you can see, that is a beam and it's not analyzed. Okay, so from here, whatever I select here, you can see that I can start checking it from here. These are the segments. If I select there, it will give you, the size there. If you want, you can even change the size from here, but it's picking from the model, the dimensions and everything. So you don't have to change anything here. Okay. So once you do that, you need to go on the far right here. You can start with the story parameters. You can change the reference level, the MAO, the environmental class, from the structural civil engineering, what you're supposed to change. I just pre-configured this to 1. Just click on OK. Then I'll go to the next one, click there. Again, these are calculation options according to BS 8110. So we have the general, we have the transfer covered reinforcement, we have the concrete, we have the class, the longitudinal reinforcement. What reinforcement would you want to consider in your design here? We have the transverse reinforcement, additional reinforcement. So just watch what is here, as you can see. And if I just go to the one I just pre-configured and saved, so I don't have to be changing this. If I click there and I go there, you see that there are just some few settings that the necessary settings that I wanted to use. So if I go there, the cover, I want it to be from transversal reinforcement, that is the cover, that is 30 millimeter as the side, top, bottom. Again, this is, I can't tell you what to use, because if you're an engineer, you know the things that you're supposed to put here. I'm just showing you the options that you can use. Deflection, we want to use this one, L0 over 200 to check for deflection. Correction of cracking by increasing reinforcement area. Then we want to see 20 millimeter aggregate. You see, I've just picked about 3 T12, T16, and T20 bars to be considered in designing this beam. I don't want others to be considered, so you can make those decisions. Under the transversal, I just want 6 and 8. Additional reinforcement, I just want 12 and 14. This is T, but for transversal, make sure that I'm using that one. Okay, what is this? I'm using R, but not everything. I just want 6 and 8. So make sure that you save as, click OK, so that next time you'll be designing other members, other beams, you just pick, those, and you should be able to design your member. So I'll click on OK. Then the last one here, we have the, reinforcement pattern. Again, I'll start from the one I pre-configured. So you can see that from general, I'm just using the wall beam under reinforcement segment. Minimum reinforcement 12, maximum reinforcement there, tied, auto, group layers, anchorage length, I specified there. So if I go to bottom reinforcement, I want to use number of layers, maximum of 2 layers, that's what I want. As you can see, then top reinforcement, maximum again 2 layers. Okay, as you can see, transversal reinforcement, I've picked this option, and you can check from the face of the column to the face reinforcement. I want to use 50 millimeters, so this you can specify. Again, you have to do this according to your detailing rules that you are using, so you should know what you are doing. Under section, I'm just using auto to pick from here. So construction reinforcement, use auto. Continuous on support, reinforcement over support, I want it to be on top there like that. If you want, you can pick this one depending on how you detail. Then the shapes, I want to have a hook for the main reinforcement. You can see that I have 90-degree hook, and I only want the hooks to be shown if necessary. So all these you can change. You can go to the stirrup and pick the hooks that you want to use, and this type, I just want to use this one. So once I'm happy with those settings here, click on Save As, OK, then click on OK. I think the 3 settings here are the ones you are supposed to change mostly. Once you do that, you see that it's not designed. What you need to do is to now go to Start Calculations. Click on Start Calculations, then click on Calculate, and let's see what is going to happen. You can see that it's checked there. So the beam has been designed. We can go to the beam diagrams, but I'll just go to beam reinforcement so that you see what we have here. As you can see, we have the reinforcement right there. I'm able to select the reinforcement. You can see the spacing, you can see the rebar, everything is there. If I select on that, it will take me to that reinforcement. Okay, so you can see I specified that it has to go across on top there, the top reinforcement on the supports, as you can see. And I said for the reinforcement, maximum length is 12 meters. So it's picking what the properties that I selected. So it's just a matter of now, going to detailing and detailing software. It could be Revit, it could be AutoCAD, or Procon, or any other detailing software that you want to use. If you export this to Revit, you're also going to have reinforcement within the beams, and it will even be much faster for you to detail. But if you want to give these details to a detailer to start now detailing properly, you can produce some rough sketches here or within RoboStructure analysis by simply going to right there, drawings. Just click on drawings there. Okay, let's give it a bit of time. See that you are going to have some sketches that you can now give it to someone, like a detail to start detailing, or if you want to use it. But if it's in Revit, really you just want to export everything here to Revit, and you are just going to reuse all the structural elements and the rebar will be there, especially for beams. You can just start, you know, editing here and there and start producing a drawing. And this can be given to someone to start detailing, or even you can use it. Okay, so this is how you design your beams in Autodesk Robot Structure Analysis. So if you like what I'm doing on this channel, once again, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to this channel.